What's up, guys? Welcome. Episode 2 of What the Hell Do I Do? I started my morning the other day scrolling on Instagram, and of course, the first thing I see is some cool, unique furniture piece. In this case, it happened to be a beautiful coat hanger. You know, it was solid steel, it was welded, and it was colorful. The trio for setting off my imagination and my drive to build something new. The first thing I do when I get this idea is I start crafting ideas in my head. I know what I've got in terms of scrap material, and I know what I'm capable of, and I know where I can push, and I know I want to push more. I've never built one of these, but I knew I had some big solid round bar, and I knew I had some flat bar left over. So let's make it. What do? The first thing we need to do is bend that round bar, and I don't have an oxyacetylene torch, but I'm gonna try something and be a little bit patient with it and try to bend it. And luckily for me, each heat up took about 5 to 10 minutes, but it actually worked pretty good, as you'll see here. A little bit of grit and a lot of weight transfer did the job pretty damn good. Check this out. It's bend time, baby. Now I had to do 2 of these, and they weren't the same size, but as you saw in the beginning, I set them up and marked them where I should bend them. And if I get the general area correct, good. If I don't, it's not a big deal. I can either cut it or I can just make it a little bit weirder. First one looks good. We got about, I'd say 15, 20 degrees out of that. The second one, I realized I had a second torch, and I love this part right here. When I was a kid, I used to stare at the hood of cars and just watch that heat soak up into the air. And it was so fascinating to me. Honestly, one of the reasons I wanted to study engineering was because I was so curious about how everything worked. Now here's the second one. Like I said, I gotta match the angles, so I hold that first piece up to it and just roughly eyeball it. This project is for me. It's not for a customer. It doesn't have to be super precise. So we're gonna do the eyeball test, and luckily we did pretty damn good. Now the material started to cool down. It started to get stiff, and it started to get real strong again. So that last couple degrees was pretty dang tough. But we nailed it. I got a fixture table, and this fixture table makes life so easy. And if anyone out there is interested, I'll put my email in the description. You can email me and I can get a great price on these fixture tables. But the truth is, you don't need one. I started out for years without a fixture table. As I did bigger and bigger projects, I realized how beneficial it would be, so I found a good supplier. And right here, as you can see, those extension blocks on the side for these strange angled parts make life so easy. And it came out really well. And yeah, I should have been wearing a shirt, but it's Saturday. I wake up, I brush my teeth, and that idea is manifesting in my head so intensely that I just gotta go. I just gotta start working. I can't stop. And I love watching footage of myself welding because my knees for some reason are always straight. My back is bent. Just like my high school coach used to say in weightlifting, lift with your back. There we go. Stance. All right, now this part right here, she's overexposed, I know. And if you don't like it, put a pair of sunglasses on, and I promise I'm only gonna show you one drill hole. And I decided to drill the flat bar because I didn't think a coat hanger would fit around it, and I think I made a good choice. It's also unique too because we've got balls welded onto the round bar and we've got holes drilled into the flat bar. It kind of gives it more utility, more range. So I needed some way to hold it so the clothes don't fall out, and usually clothes racks have balls on them, and I've had these for a long time, so let's cut them open, let's steal some of these bearings, and let's weld them to the frame, shall we? I'm gonna try this. I don't really feel like taking the angle grinder out. It should work. Not a damn chance. That's not too hard. Alright, angle grinder it is. Now my neighbor was lucky on this one. If I didn't have these bearings, I would have waited till nighttime. I would have slid my jack over. I would have jacked his car up and probably taken his wheel bearing. Desperate times call for desperate measures. But luckily, I have an infatuation with random mechanical pieces, and I happen to have a big old stack of ball bearings. And these were perfect. And like I tried in the beginning there, that bearing race, ball bearings, they use a really durable, really hard steel. They have to. That part has to last so long. And I thought I could get away with the Sawzall, but the angle grinder always finds her way into projects. I do love the angle grinder. I love the sparks it throws off. I love the sound. I love the danger. I love it all. Now, how the hell do I get these out of there? I'm not sure, to be honest. Not quite sure what I'm doing. Just playing around. Let's push on the edge of the race. And on the ball. Here we go. So I have to push on the edge, one edge and the other edge. I got one. Stay. Oh shit. Two. I only need 6. 6. So now we've got our balls, our clothes won't fall off the hanger. So for your ball, when you get it, just hold it. Try not to fuck it up. The most difficult part about welding, honestly, is positioning, clamping, holding the pieces down that you're trying to weld. As you saw there, I had to use that little tiny tube to hold the ball down, and luckily I had that piece of material, and it worked well. I didn't burn myself at all. As you can see, I got all 6 balls welded on, no issue. Don't step on the pedal, because she doesn't care about you. She will burn you. She will burn your eyes. She will shock you. She don't care. I love that first fit up, that first test run. When it goes good, it just feels so satisfying. I love it. And here we go. My least favorite part, the part that takes so dang long, painting. I'm impatient. If this was for a customer, I would let it sit out for 12 to 24 hours. But it's mine. So I'm gonna wait a few minutes between each coat, spray it, and probably get a fingerprint or 2 or 10 on it. And that's okay. Like I said, it's mine. If someone asks, they can automatically tell that it was handmade, probably by me, because they know I'm impatient. And you're about to see my 2 favorite people come out. Little Tater, little orange cat, and my big girl Coconut. There's Tater peeking out right now. And my girl Coco. And it's so funny because I'll be sleeping at night and I'll wake up in the middle of the night, Tater will jump on bed. And I'll start petting him and I'm like, why the heck is Tater so dirty? But now watching these videos, sitting there.
And the best part,
rolling around in the dirt, it all makes sense now.
oh yeah. Huevos rancheros.
And there we go. Again, so many useful tools, but the 3D printer can do anything. It can make anything from fixtures to jigs to extra pieces needed for your projects. And these pieces came out really well. You know, Creality is the printer I use, the K1 Max. And the only thing I've ever had to replace is the extruder motor. Because of my own issue, because of my own impatience, because of something stupid I tried, I had to replace it. But she is a workhorse. No matter the material, she does a great job. Now the round tubes, I made those a slip fit for something you're gonna see here in a second. And the flat bar, I got a press fit. And I love it. I love that deep, not deep, but bright red color. In the final test, there's those holes I drilled.
The most used items.
The blazer, of course. Stay fresh.
My favorite part, all the climbing stuff, these.
And the slip fit ball. So that carabiner slides right over. And she looks good. And a celebration.
Yeah, baby.
Thank you guys for watching episode 2 of What the Hell Do I Do?